What is up everybody and welcome back to another ProGuides video. My name is Nathan Ng and today we'll be going over the 6 best item combos and items on the Wild Rift. Every item has its strength in Wild Rift, and as different people we gravitate towards different strengths. Maybe you want to be that insane carry absolutely demolishing the enemy frontline, or the reliable tank allowing your teammates to be that highlight player. This video is for all the people who want to be a pro at what they're doing. So let's jump right into it. First up comes the combination of Yumu's Ghostblade and Mortal Reminder. Being reminded of being 2-shot by MF and her absolutely hard carrying the game with these 2 items is always a painful experience. So next time maybe you can be that misfortune. Time for some details. Ghostblade was slightly tuned down just recently, but still grants flat armor penetration, a movement speed increase, and an attack speed steroid, which perfectly synergizes with Mortal Reminder's immense percentage armor pen. Not only does this combination provide you with a lot of damage, it also denies enemy healing thanks to courtesy of Grievous Wounds. Wave goodbye to these annoying healing characters healing themselves or their teammates for half their HP bar. Aside from that, one thing's certain: if anybody squishy walks up close to you, trust me, they will feel like an idiot when you instantly kill them. It doesn't stop there either. Slowly getting poked out of lane, surrendering golden experience to our enemies due to our constantly falling HP is something that anybody can relate to. Here's how you can mitigate some of that damage and make sure that you have an easier time staying in lane. So, you'll be glad to know that Blade of the Ruined King is your item of choice to help you heal up a bit. It features a physical vamp item in its build path, on top of granting us % current HP on hit and a lot of attack speed. The on-hit effect is physical damage. As you may have noticed, % physical damage and % armored pen proves to be a powerful combination to increase your DPS inside of a fight. I cannot stress this enough. Dealing consistent damage inside of a fight is one of the best and key things to improve upon in order to reach that next level, and I believe you can do it with the help of these item combos. Something that I've learned over a few years of practice is that sometimes it's very difficult to actually be that consistent damage dealing carry that we just spoke about. So let me ask you this: how can you make it easier for yourself to reach your enemy inside of a fight? I got the answer for you. It's called Rapid Fire Cannon. Not only do we gain the initial hit most of the time, no, we are also allowed to move quicker thanks to these buffs: Hunter Swiftness and Fire Cannon Barrel. Let me show you exactly how this works. The 5% movement speed buff on top of the range extension enables us to maneuver swiftly inside of fights, turning the tide. Now think about adding a Blade of the Ruined King to it, making us a walking machine gun dealing absurd amount of DPS. Another neat bonus of Blade of the Ruined King is that its passive is called Drain. Hitting an enemy champion 3 times with auto attacks and abilities deals bonus damage to them and steals 25% of their movement speed for 3 seconds. Can you really afford not to build this combination of items when looking to be that highlight carry? Hold up, Discord time. Before we continue, make sure you join our Wild Rift Discord in the description down below and subscribe to receive future updates about everything in the Wild Rift. Up for more? Okay then. Here's a real kicker for mages in Wild Rift: the combination of LIANDRY'S Torment, Infinity Orb, and Rabadon's Death Cap. Let's face it, throwing abilities at people and instantly killing them is a lot of fun, at least for me. Unless you're on the receiving end of that, then kinda sucks. Seeing high elo players absolutely dominating fights is always a sight to behold, but how do they do it? Here is something that you probably don't know about. LIANDRY'S Torment grants you up to 10% bonus damage, whereas Infinity Orb offers 20% bonus damage to enemies below 35% HP. Make no mistake about it, this combo is already OP as it is, but trust me, it gets even better. Now that we add a Rabadon's Death Cap into the mix and increase all of our ability power by an additional 40%, that's just gonna be way more damage. Before we dive into the next part of the video, our question of the day is: what item do you think is the strongest that needs a nerf? I think Mortal Reminder should be slightly nerfed in terms of armor penetration, making it feel less overpowered when encountered. Make sure you leave your answer in the comments down below. As you may have noticed, supports are in a very good spot in Wild Rift. They have a unique and strong item combination that allows them to influence the game immensely. Any enchanter support has access to an unbelievably broken combo that most of Wild Rift's high elo player already makes use of. Let me give you a better idea of how it works. Most of these enchanter pair up Harmonic Echo and Ardent Sensor. Harmonic Echo works similarly to Static Shift and Rapid Fire Cannon's passive effect. Moving and casting spells grants you stacks, and when these stacks hit 100, your next healing or shielding ability will not only heal an increased amount to your primary target, no, it will also heal up to 3 nearby allied champions for the same bonus amount. Now to the very interesting part. Upon purchasing Ardent Sensor, our healing or shielding allies grant bonus attack damage and attack speed for 6 seconds. I'm sure in the past that you've been in close fights where every single bonus stack can turn the outcome of it, but it just wasn't enough. However, what if you could turn the fight by giving your teammates these extra stats? And best of all, it's all due to your choice of items enabling your teammates to carry the game. Feels good, right? I absolutely love doing that. Alright, next up in the video is the last combo before we get into the OP items. If you want to be that durable frontline melee bruiser that can either split or engage a fight, then we got the right combo just for you. Here, we will be combining Trinity Force with Sterak's Gauge and Death's Dance. Trinity Force offers us the Spellblade passive. After using the ability, we deal 200% of our base AD as bonus physical damage on our next attack. Sterak's Gauge, on the other hand, increases the base AD by another 50%. To make sure that we are durable enough to dive into the enemy team, we're combining these items with Death's Dance. With its OP passive, we take 30% of the damage over 3 seconds, rather than instantly. Now picture yourself playing Wukong and jumping into the enemy team, not dying and absolutely crushing your opposition. A word of caution though, you shouldn't just engage because it looks cool, make sure you pay attention to what your teammates are doing and if they can follow up on your engage. This concludes the OP item combos, and now we're going to be heading towards the broken standalone items. Consider this, you are in a fight that your team is winning, but there's a little Yordle ninja approaching. We all know what is about to happen, and we most definitely don't want it to happen. The enemy cannon is charging into your team, popping its ultimate ability and wiping your team. It recently happened to me, so I can remember it so vividly. This champion is so short and small but has such a shocking effect. What if I told you that I found the perfect answer to this engage later on? It's called Locket of the Iron Solari. Locket grants a shield up to 420 to all allies upon activation. This item is so strong that they recently chose to nerf Locket stacking. If a target has been shielded by Locket in the previous 20 seconds, the next Locket shielding is only going to be for 50%. I personally feel that reducing it to 50% won't be enough to get rid of Locket stacking as it's so cheap and easy to get, but we'll see how it develops in the future. Taking the recent Locket nerf into perspective, Redemption has also been hit with the same nerf, making it less effective for people that have been healed by it in the past 20 seconds. The Locket nerf opens up potentially more diverse itemization away from only Lockets. It's likely that we'll still be seeing a lot of Lockets, but at least one Redemption on a team should make use of the synergy. Going back into the sneaky Yordle running into our team, 1 or maybe 2 Lockets won't completely stop all the damage from being dealt, yet most of it will be blocked. So the moment that he charges in, we can go ahead and drop Redemption onto the Locket and make sure that our team can stay as healthy as possible to finish the fight. And thanks to our efforts way earlier, we may even push our lead even further, capturing objectives thanks to the bonus HP that you have saved your teammates. Speaking of ninjas, everybody's most hated assassin Zed has probably been a pain for most people, including me. His high burst damage paired with his death mark is stuff for nightmares. As a squishy marksman or mid laner, we fear the assassins. They can just take us out in an instant and there is little that we can do about it, unless we happen to turn invulnerable for a few seconds. For me, Zhonya's is a game changer when playing squishier carries into heavy engage combos or assassins. Surviving and being able to deal damage is one of the most important factors of how we can influence fights in our favor, so by purchasing Zhonya's, we might just do that perfectly. The next time a Zed is in your game, think about Zhonya's. The moment that he ults you can just tab the Zhonya's, take a sip out of your beverage, and return 2.5 seconds later with your HP and his ultimate on cooldown. What's he gonna do now? Same thing that I'm gonna be doing on Valentine's Day. Nothing. Running at the enemy being kited blows. There's not much that feels more frustrating than not being able to reach the enemy. Here, Righteous Glory helps us close the gap with ease. Upon activation, it grants us up to 60% increased movement speed when charging towards enemies. In addition to that, it slows enemies when we reach them by 50% for 2 seconds. Now they can't run away from you anymore, and your team has an easier time catching up, making use of your play. Not being able to move is virtually unrivaled in terms of CC, be it a stun or a slow. All forms of CC allow you to pile into the enemies and win fights super easily. Feeling like a pea shooter bouncing off the enemy frontline? Yeah, been there, done that. Sometimes we are in situations where we simply do not have the funds to build the proper items and it's hard to find the gold on the map. Good news for you, Teleport is your item of choice here. Even as a marksman, you can farm on the side lane, getting stronger to carry later on. Taking Teleport also allows us to spend additional time away from the team and still be able to regroup with them on demand, but make sure not to get picked. We are vulnerable to assassins, so be mindful when opting away from Zhonya's and going for Teleport when the enemy team has a Zed. You might just regret your decision. When playing a tanky support such as Alistar, the cow, you really don't mess with the bull unless you want to get the horns. He can opt into an early Deadman's Plate, making him a true terror on the Rift. Deadman's Plate grants him a lot of HP and armor. Sounds good? It gets even better. The best of all is that it offers a ramping up movement speed called momentum. The mechanic works similar to the other stack of mechanics that we've shown you this far. Another unique trait of the item is the bonus 50% slow on hit for 1 second after expending all of the momentum charges. When he combines all these traits, he becomes a walking powerhouse on the Wild's Rift, terrorizing not only his own lane, but also the other lanes that he can roam towards thanks to the bonus movement speed. But it doesn't stop there. Usually towers provide safety for their laners, but against the cow with the plate, on the contrary, it simply doesn't matter. The bonus from the item is just too good on certain champions, allowing them to do just whatever they want to do. Incredible, isn't it? But to make the best use out of this item, you have to be aware of what's happening around the map in order to be there when you're needed. For that reason, believe in being proactive and trying to go for plays. Taking risks is a part of becoming a pro, also testing your limit. That concludes our 6 OP item combos and 6 OP items for patch 2.1. These items won't literally win you every game, but the moment that you understand why to build them and how to use them, your chances of winning increases significantly. Thanks for watching, and make sure to answer the question of the day in the comments down below. Best of luck on the Wild's Rift, and as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful day.